passes away. Oh my God, so crazy.
That's so sad.
So sad. I knew him from auditing. I knew him a long time. Anyway, so now they need to see. I don't have my license.
The surgery
but
was
in the
okay,
meantime,
no big
Randolph's
deal?
been paying for my credits. Yeah, and they knew I'd leave. I felt like. They were like, no.
And how long did they wait between
Get your license.
2
We
weeks?
understand that.
1 week?
Because there was no place for me to stay once I got my license. And then I went to Roxbury.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Mike's on.
Oh, my mic's on. Okay. Well, now everybody knows my issue.
Okay, I'd like to call the September 12th, 2023 meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Moment of silence to remember the service and sacrifices of the armed service members who protect our nation and the first responders who protect our neighborhoods.
Council President, could we please add
3 names.
3 of the Rockaway Township members that lost their lives in 9/11? Robert D. Mattson, Liam Callahan, and Margaret L. Benson.
Of course. Thank you. Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander.
Here.
Councilwoman Noon is absent. Councilman Brooks.
Here.
Councilman Sackett.
Here.
Councilwoman Brooks.
Here.
Councilman Salberg.
Here.
Councilman Vojtovich.
Here.
Councilman Quinn's absent. And President Kritz.
Here. Notice of this meeting was sent to the Daily Record and the Star Ledger, the official newspapers for the Township of Rockaway, in compliance with Public Law 1975, Chapter 231. Additionally, notice was posted on the Township website, the official bulletin board of Rockaway, and filed in the office of the Township Clerk. Before we get going, I wanted to introduce to everybody our new business administrator, Paula Cosarelli. Officially want to welcome you to your new role. I know you've been here for 2 days already, so you're an expert. We just want to welcome you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Council President. I just would like to say, yes, it is day 2. I'm very happy to be here to serving Rockaway Township and its residents. This is something that I enjoy doing. I have over 20 years' experience in municipal government, and I really enjoy working with the residents of the community. The community is what makes our town so strong, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you, as well as everybody up on the dais. I look forward to building upon the successes already created and creating new successes and making more more dreams realities here for Rockaway Township. Thank you again, Council President, for that warm welcome, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on to the approval of minutes for the August 8th Township Council regular meeting. Can I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
that.
Please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander.
Yes.
Councilman Brooks.
Abstain.
Councilman Sackett.
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilman Salberg.
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich.
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, that's 6 yeses, 1 abstention, motion passes. We're going to move on to the open to the public portion of the meeting. I will call your name when I do. Please come up to the microphone. Also remember that there is a time limit of 3 minutes, and you're addressing the council as a whole, nobody specifically. Pat Degnan.
Pat Degnan, 88 Valley View Drive. I just want to take this opportunity to thank the township and all you guys for all your hard work for the senior picnic. It was a lovely, lovely afternoon. I mean, it might have been a little warm for some, but for me it was perfect. And I wanted to say thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you. Mr. Gupta.
Thank you, Councilman, for giving me the opportunity. I'm here today as part of the Hindu community from the township. We celebrate a festival called the Raksha Bandhan, and in English, if we say, it's the bonding of the protection. And as part of that festival, we tie a thread, which is called a Rakhi or Raksha, to each other, and then in the society. And the meaning is that as a society, we have to come together. As a Oneness Day, we are celebrating Universal Oneness Day. And when we tie this to each other, it gives the message that I protect you, you protect me, and together we have a duty to protect the rule of law, or we call dharma, and protect the society and work for the society. So this is the message that we give. And on the other side, we just celebrated also with our police department, with the chief also today, and thanking the entire, our first responders, police department, fire department, and the entire administration who are working very hard day in, day out for the community. So this is a day, and we want to appreciate all their effort from the entire community and assure that yes, we all are here for each other and working for the society for the benefit of the society. So that's the message. And like any festival, it cannot go without the sweets. I will ask everyone after the meeting also, please enjoy the festival and the sweets with the community. Thank you.
Mr. Gupta will be here after the meeting if anybody wishes to participate. I'd also like to point out that I got one more of these than anybody else. I need more protection. So thank you for that. Is there anybody who did not fill out their name on the sheet that wishes to speak? Okay. Moving on. Ordinance 02321, an ordinance amending Chapter 54 entitled Land Use and Development, Section 54-15 entitled Fees, Deposits, Guarantees, and Other Payments of the Township of Rockaway. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second it.
Okay, is there anybody in the public that wishes to speak on this ordinance only? Any council discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks.
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sahlberg,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, 7 yeses, motion passes. Ordinance 023-22, an ordinance amending Chapter 12 entitled Building and Housing, Sections 12-1, State Uniform Construction Code of the Township of Rockaway. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Thanks. Anybody from the public wishes to speak on this ordinance? Any council discussion? Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sahlberg,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, at 7 yeses, motion passes. Ordinance for introduction, 023-23, an ordinance amending Chapter 54 entitled Land Use and Development of the Code of the Township of Rockaway to amend its regulations pertaining to amusement centers, fitness centers, and indoor recreation in the B1 Neighborhood Business District, the B2 Highway Business District, the RB Regional Business District, the I Industrial District, the PED Planned Economic Development District, and the O2 Office Building District. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Councilwoman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sahlberg,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
President Kritz.
Yes, at 7 yeses, motion passes. Moving on to the consent agenda. R-23-153, R-23-154, R-23-155, R-23-156, R-23-157, R-23-158, R-23-159, R-23-160, R-23-161, R-23-162, R-23-163, R-23-164, R-23-165, R-23-166, R-23-167, R-23-168, R-23-169, and R-23-170. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
That was Mr. Selberg.
Yes.
Yeah.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Selberg,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich, Yes. President Kretz.
Yes, at 7 yeses, motion passes. We're going to move up item number 12, appointing Andrea Salazzo to the Citizens Rec Committee for a one-year term. Is that correct, expiring 12/31/23?
That's correct. It shouldn't be for 1 year. It's the balance of the term.
That's the balance of this term?
Correct.
Okay. Could I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Please take the roll.
Councilman Friedlander,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Sackett,
Yes.
Councilman Brooks,
Yes.
Councilman Selberg,
Yes.
Councilman Vojtovich,
Yes.
President Kretz.
Yes, at 7 yeses, motion passes. Congratulations. Okay, moving on to reports, old business and new business. I will once again ask everybody here to try to keep it within 5 minutes, and we will start with Councilman Wojtovich.
I don't have anything.
Councilman Brooks.
As with Miss Dangman, I also want to say we had a great time at the senior picnic and enjoyed the music. And other than that, the kids are back in school, so just be aware of them standing out for the bus, because I will tell you right now, almost every day, somebody runs a bus at my house. So we'll talk about that later.
Thank you, Council President. Yes, like Ms. Degnan said, the senior picnic was very hot, but everyone seemed to have a great time. Plenty of beverages, keeping everyone nice and cool, some nice fans, plenty of donations, great prizes, and everyone who worked hard with Sue Gabe and everyone in the department did a great job. I was also at the Going Gone grand opening, formerly Dick's Warehouse over there in the outer Rockaway Mall near Walmart. Looks really great in there. They've done a great job fixing it up, and wishing them much success. Well, it's been busy. We had the White Meadow Lake Fire Department, Company Number 5 went down over the weekend with their showing off their brand new truck, and great to see so many different departments throughout the county there. Myself and Councilman Friedlander had attended on Sunday the Morris County Remembers down in the Morris County 9/11 site, and just a moving night and moving ceremony, and to see the 3 people we had lost on 9/11 from Rockaway Township on that memorial was very nice to see. Like Councilman Brooks said, lots of sports, schools started, so be safe out there. The Rockets, soccer, everyone, all the high schools, best of luck. And also, before our next meeting, we have a couple holidays coming up, so wishing all celebrating Rosh Hashanah, Lashana Tova, as well as all celebrating Yom Kippur and Easy Fast. Thank you.
This won't be 3 minutes less. No, now. Don't even, well, I'll just ditto, the wet down from the fire company. That truck is simply amazing and well needed in the size of our town. It's certainly gonna make the residents feel safe when it's used. Hopefully, it's not used as much as it can be. The memorial service I was choked up from it, from the county, and the picnic, like everybody said, Sue Gabe and the rest of the township employees set this up, and I could see the count that the people are there. And we have a lot of seniors in this town, so we got to take good care of them, since I'm one of them. And Environmental Commission going strong. Historical Society, we just had a meeting last night, and we're planning a couple fall programs before the first process of the bids to get things going. So the place will be shut down. We may have a couple open houses in September, and that'll probably be it till they do the interior work that's supposed to be done. And for everybody, like Councilman Sackett said, for my Jewish friends and neighbors, happy and healthy New Year.
Councilwoman Brooks.
Thank you. First, we have to just be redundant. The senior picnic was excellent as always. It's always a fun time. I'd like to just point out for the other volunteers, Jamie from the health department and I are a team to be reckoned with. We probably served more hamburgers and hot dogs in record time. But it's always a great time. Sue Gabe, Allison Lombardo, Brittany, I'm going to forget everybody and anybody, but they do such an amazing job, and they have such a nice time, and it's really like a lot of fun. So again, thank you for that. I want to thank the police department. On Green Pond Road, we had trucks stopping, thinking that they could just park on Green Pond Road to run into a Dunkin' Donuts, during rush hour. So it's a great time. But immediately contacted the chief, and we've had presence, and it has not been a problem in quite some time, so I appreciate that. I also appreciate all the police presence out on Green Pond Road. As Councilman Brooks had mentioned, the kids are at the school buses, and people are running the school bus signs. So I like to see all the police department, they're present, they're on Green Pond Road, so watch out. And last but not least, mark your calendars. October 7th is the duel of the district. Morris Knowles football plays Morris Hills football. It's at 2 p.m. at Morris Hills. It's always a great game, a good time. It's nice to see the community come out and root on all the seniors from both schools. That's all I have. Thank you.
Councilman Solberg? Just during the wet down, had the opportunity of kind of having a kind of a private inspection of it with a couple of the guys, and it taught me that a lot of the technological advances that we brought to town with it, oversized pipes and higher pumping capabilities. Figure we're only about a month away from the firehouse inspections. I think it just reminds us that we have to make sure that we give our volunteers the absolute best equipment possible. And I know over the last few years we've been able to upgrade a few of the trucks. We just have to really continue that.
Unfortunately, I was not able to make the picnic. Work interfered. However, I've heard nothing but really, really good things. So I wanted to pass along my thanks to everybody who contributed to that. I also wanted to commend the police department. This weekend, I was down at Peterson on Sunday, I think, and I pulled in there. We were going to work on the sound booth for the Rockets and get that up and running. And I have never seen more cars at Peterson, right? And of course, people can't walk down the stairs, so everybody pulls into the lower lot, and the rules don't apply to anybody. So they were literally pulling up onto the pavement by where the snack bar is, and every fire zone spot. I called dispatch. I'm like, can you just send somebody? And immediately, so somebody came down. It was cleared up. God forbid we had to get a fire truck or an ambulance in there. They wouldn't be able to turn around. So, I was just impressed by how quick the response was. So whoever went down there, Chief, thanks. That's all I have. Mr. Mayor?
Yeah, so I got a few things. On the 27th, we had the Unico motorcycle run at Peterson Field. They raised money. A lot of the proceeds go to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I want to thank the chief and the representation from the Rockaway Township Police Department and Morris County Sheriff's Office. I believe the Blue Knights were there too. It's a great event that raises a lot of money. That same day, we had the last concert at Parks Lake, the summer concerts. If you don't go, consider going next year. We'll bring it up again. But the Lil and Rita and Pat, I believe, who run it, do a great job, getting the bands and wanting it. Counts. Proud to help sponsor those concerts. We had the Rockets pep rally on the turf on September 1st. It is incredible how many of our young children are in that program. I want to say it's over 500.
540.
40 they said.
It's crazy. Like cheer squads that were threatening. There were so many girls in it. So it was incredible. They did a great job. Christine Bray does a great job as the booster coordinator. So just all around great job. On the 2nd, we had the Mayor's Trophy game at Gifford Field at Morris Hills, which the Rockets defeated the Junior Knights, so it's always a good thing. There guys, a few people, and I know Rachel talked about the senior picnic, and Allison Lombardo and Sue Gabe really drive that every year. It's a monumental undertaking, and they kind of make it look easy. We get a lot of people from Town Hall go up there and volunteer. We also have people that don't work here that volunteer, which is really nice. but also the people that stay behind, because we still have to have a presence here, and people were answering the phones and helping people who walk in, so I want to thank them. Councilman Sackett mentioned the re-grand opening at Going, Going, Gone, which is a nice thing because they signed a 5-year lease, so we know we're going to have that business there for at least 5 years. The wet down was great. I wanted to just, in case anybody's wondering, I was texting with the fire chief, and if anybody has any questions about that, because I wanted to get some information. So, the thing too, we had the fire truck, but there's also the rescue boat that we purchased for the fire department this year. So it's actually on the Morris County Dive Box Alarm, with Parsippany Rescue and Recovery. So that boat can be used throughout the county if needed because it's so advanced and so new, to help with water rescues. So I thought that was pretty cool and wanted to recognize that. I wanted to also welcome Paula to the team. I think she's going to do great things here. Change is good sometimes, right? And having a new leader, I think it'll spur some growth, some different thought processes. I've talked to Paula multiple times, and I think, we're going to create a lot of good things, like she said, make more dreams come through here. So I'm really excited about that. Thought I'd mention a few other things. We have a small business recognition for Enrique's Printing Signs and Graphic Designs. They're located in the Dover Rockaway area. It's a family-owned printing, signs, and graphic design shop. Enrique Roback started it in 1996. After working under 2 previous owners, Enrique would eventually take over the business in May of 2010 and bring his wife Estella and son Mattis. The business has since expanded from just printing to include signs and now apparel. They are dedicated to personalized service and quality production. As you leave tonight, a sample of their work can be found. So the glass doors out front, the signs, we got new signs out there. They did that. So it's, really nice. You can see the quality of their work. And their motto is design, create, print, and communicate. So you can go to our Facebook page to get more information on that business. This upcoming weekend, Oktoberfest at Germania Park. Don't miss it. If you haven't been to an event at Germania Park, you don't know what you're missing. It's a great time, great food, great entertainment. Saturday it's starts at 12, and Sunday it starts at 1. There's going to be different bands, live entertainment, both days. So if you get a chance to go down to Germania Park and enjoy Oktoberfest, please do. Something that's very near and dear to our hearts, Suzanne and I, the fall cleanup is occurring October 21st. We're going to be doing Mount Hope Pond and Lake Ames. So, for those of you who aren't aware, we do these, I think, twice a year. Is this on Facebook yet, Peter? Do you know? Dave is on Facebook? Yeah, so it's on Facebook. You can go out there. There's a contact for Cara Selena. She's our Clean Communities Coordinator, and you'll be able to sign up. If you're a sports coach and you want to work on team building with your team, have them come and participate in the cleanup. Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, anything you want to do. Come and help clean up and make Rockaway clean. Keep Rockaway clean. The Dark Lake Spooktacular is right around the corner, October 28th. So, a little over a month away. So there are registrations opening up for the Spooktacular. Just a couple more things, I promise. We got a nice letter. So one of our residents needs some work done on their yard. And Al North sent over one of his crews, and I wanted to read what the guy said. I just wanted to send a quick note of thanks. The crews were completing the berm while I stopped home at lunch. The work was top-notch, and the crew was very professional and courteous. I know we all sleep better during the next rain event and return to not have to worry about taking on water. So thanks, Al and crew, for that. A couple things from our health department, and Mr. Tabbitt's going to talk about some grants. There's some great things coming out of our health department right now. We are working, I think we all know we approved the cannabis facility that's under construction right now, and actually Division of Health is working closely with them to get that open probably early next year. But this is something that we're doing starting at Town Hall and then hoping to expand to the community. Is that? Popped all over it. No, not you. So I think Brittany's coordinating this. We're doing a employee walking challenge from 9/4 to 10/23, where they're going to register. They're going to have teams and captains of each team, and they're going to track daily steps in a walking log. They're going to be award prizes, and what we're hoping to do with this is expand it to the community and get people out more active and walking. So good things coming out of all the departments, but I wanted to kind of highlight health today. So that's all I have.
Mr. Yatrafano.
Thank you, Council President. First of all, Happy New Year to our Jewish friends, and welcome to Paula, who I consumed at least half of her day today. So she's going to get used to me eventually. Just want to report to the council that we have a new lawsuit. The suit is filed by Police Officer Gregory Albert against the township, Mayor Jackson, Business Administrator Patricia Seeger. So I guess Paula was too late to that party. Chief McParland, and unnamed defendants 1 through 10. Basically, it is what I call a civil rights suit, in which Officer Albert alleges that he was wrongfully bypassed in probation and also was discriminated against in terms of assignments. Because the suit does request damages, the suit was forwarded to our insurance carrier, the Joint Insurance Fund. We have since been informed by the fund that they will accept our defense responsibilities, and they're in the process of assigning counsel. As usual, we'll participate with assigned counsel, and at some point within the rules, file an answer to litigation, and it will go forward. Anecdotal to the suit was an Oprah request that came in from Mr. Kelly, Tucker Kelly, requesting records as to whether the town had hired a particular attorney to defend against the litigation, and wanting to know if an RFP had been filed and a resolution by the council authorizing the retention of that attorney. Mr. Kelly, in response to the Oprah request, Mr. Kelly was informed that there are no records responsive to the request. The reason there are no records responsive to the request was, as many members of the council probably know, our relationship with our insurance carrier is a contractual relationship. We forward litigation to them, assuming they accept defense responsibilities in connection with that litigation. They assign an attorney or law firm to represent us. So the process of assigning an attorney is a contractual matter and does not proceed as if the township itself was hiring a licensed professional. But it was, I was going to say amusing, but that's not a word I ever use where Mr. Kelly's concerned. It is interesting that his letter asking who was going to be representing the township and whether the township, his Oprah request, whether the township hired that attorney correctly and properly in accordance with procedures, came in on the heels of the lawsuit by Officer Albert. So other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Cosarelli?
Yes, thank you. At this time, I just been reviewing, meeting with department heads, getting to know where we're at with our projects and whatnot, and we're working. As a matter of fact, I met with Lisa, our CFO, quite a while today to start getting some of these projects moving with regard to the American Relief Fund money we received in getting our fuel tank islands removed and replaced with above storage tanks, and I forget the name that Al told me for the pumping device, but in any event, and then as well as working on our water system. So we're getting those projects moving. We have to get them encumbered by next year and then have them spent out and installed by 2026. So we're just moving along, starting to plan the budget. Of course, always keeping in mind all of your tax dollars, very important here in Rockaway Township. And that's what I have tonight, Council President. Thank you.
Thanks. Ms. Palmieri?
I'll just add to that. Yes, we spoke, and I want to welcome Paula as well. We did talk about a little bit with the budget timeline. We're going to try and keep it similar to what we've had in the past. So we'll be presenting the summaries to the department heads with figures through September 30th, asking them to complete their requests. We'll go over them as we always do, present them to the mayor, and then ultimately to the council. Thank you.
Thanks. Mr. Tabbitt?
Thank you, Council President. And of course, I'll echo sentiments from the dais and from Lisa to welcome our new business administrator, Paula. Thank you for indulging me a few minutes just to discuss a couple of significant grants that have very positive benefits and implications for residents and for the budget, actually. At the request of the mayor, I just want to discuss two grants, major grants that we were just awarded. The Division of Health is recipient of these two grants, one of which is in its fourth cycle, the second of which is in its second year. This particular cycle is $800,000 combined in grants. The first grant is called the Strengthening Local Public Health Capacities Grant, and this has been made available by federal pass-through grant funding that's circuited through the State Department of Health. Through two prior cycles of the grant, we were able to fund two necessary full-time positions during the heart of the COVID pandemic, and since then, a local health outreach coordinator and an infectious disease preparedness generalist. We've also had the opportunity to enhance or create different social services and disease investigation services, and we've also been able to develop different health promotion initiatives and a lot more activities that I won't get into. Further, it provided for the purchase of personal protective equipment and some other assets that the town now possesses, like storage trailers, roadside marquees on wheels, those alert signs that you're familiar with probably, office furniture, and other items that have been helpful to the municipality. In terms of the current grant, it runs from July 1st, 2 months ago, through June 30th, 2024. This particular grant is $495,411. The focus is twofold. It continues the employment of the two full-time positions and covers their salary and fringe benefits completely. Again, that's the local health outreach coordinator and the infectious disease preparedness generalist. And it also has a significant sum of money to help local health departments prepare for accreditation, national public health accreditation. So with tonight's consent agenda, we've engaged the services of a consultant that I know for a number of years in our field in New Jersey, who's going to help us through that process. Through this grant, we're also going to, over the next 10 months, defray a number of different salaries and fringe benefits and different expenses, including 12 months of our program development specialist, Brittany Bernstein, whose name you've heard tonight already, 10 months of full-time salary and fringe for one of our full-time public health nurses, 10% of the salary and fringe for myself and for our CFO. And of note, all of these items are expenses that appear in the adopted budget, that the ones that I just mentioned, and this means that we'll be able to save approximately $224,500 within the 2023 to 24 budget for the fiscal year services of those positions I just listed. The grant will also fund different supplies and promotional items and equipment, and it also gives us an additional $24,771 of indirect cost reimbursement, which we can use completely at our discretion. There's one other major grant that I mentioned we're in our second year of. This is the Enhancing Local Public Health Infrastructure Grant. And through the first year of this two-year grant, we were able to purchase 6 office workstations over in community services area, recreation and health. This includes desks and hutches and file drawers for some old furniture that needed to be replaced. We've also been able to purchase numerous computers for the divisions of health and recreation, as well as additional computers, accessories, and furniture for the Department of Administration. Further, we were able to buy a large scanner and printer for blueprint-sized documents and for the digitalization of files, which is something the township has been gradually working on. We also defrayed part of the salary of a full-time clerk position, and we've acquired the services of a part-time registered environmental health specialist with the grant. And we also paid $25,000 toward the township's spatial data logic services, which is the integration and management of data. And with regard to the new year for that grant, we have an award that we just received notice of, $300,770, plus an encumbered balance from last year, if you will. So we really have about $450,000 or $500,000 to spend on this grant because we were able to hold over the funds from the last cycle. This will pay for further digitalizing of township property records. It'll pay for the contract the town has with its website development service. It'll pay for some pretty valuable training and even national conferences for some of our staff. We're going to purchase a gazebo for outdoor events and gatherings, including health promotion events. It's also going to benefit our Municipal Alliance Committee because we'll be able to support several public programs, on substance abuse and other related topics, and it'll cover the cost of numerous other items. And I should note for this grant as well, some of these items, many of them in fact do appear in our operating budget, whether it's the other expenses or salary and wages. So it won't just fund training and supplies and equipment, but it's going to save a fairly considerable sum of money in the regular OE budget. And further, the indirect amount for this grant, which we can use again at our discretion for things that don't appear on the list of eligible expenses, is $48,731. So that's something that I'll talk to administration and our CFO about how we can best use those funds over the next 10 months. I would be remiss if I didn't thank Lisa Palmieri, our CFO, who's worked closely with me on all these grants. Actually, the Division of Health has now managed, or will have managed at the end of this grant period, $1.74 million of grants in the last 3.5 years. So it's a tremendous amount of work at times, but we get a lot of help from our payroll supervisor, from Lisa and her staff, the whole department, the Division of Health, which I'm extremely grateful to, and of course the Department of Administration and our mayor and council for being so supportive of this. So that was a summary of the grant activities and the funds. And I'm grateful that the mayor mentioned the walking challenge. Just to add to that for a sec, as the mayor mentioned, the pilot project is happening now among employees, and we have probably half of the staff on this floor that are involved directly, and they love it. They're competing, and they're getting a lot of exercise and making connections, and that's, as the mayor pointed out, that's the idea for the walking challenge, to expand it to the larger community. Brittany Bernstein has been absolutely tremendous in the projects that she's been promoting, and she orchestrated this, and she's managing it, and she'll do the same for the community-wide project. And later in the year, we're going to do something that I thought about 5 or 7 years ago, and that our mayor is excited about, which is the mayor's Healthy Living, Healthy Eating Cookbook. And that will be grant funded as well. So we're pretty excited about that, and thanks for indulging me.
We just clap Peter out here?
I was just going to say, I think it bears repeating. I think it bears repeating the numbers you just gave. So, last 3 years, your division, as director of Division of Health, applied for and received $1.74 million. That's just his department, which
I
offs.
think I'm missing hair.
Oh, it says here to fund hair transplants. But again, not all of it, but a decent portion of that will offset budgeted items.
About $375,000 over 2 years.
Right, that's, that certainly is worth repeating, and again, thank you, so,
Thank you, Councilman.
great job. Follow that, Ms. Ronte.
No report. Peter, you've got to sit behind me next time. Welcome, Paula. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, Allison.
Just a couple quick notes. Council, thank you for your support on the ordinances, the fee ordinances for our UCC and our land use. Our staff worked hard over the last couple of months, especially Gary Christopherson, our construction official. Thank you for being here tonight. Should there be any questions on the matter? But all of our staff have quickly, Jamie Brown, Lou Turk, Lisa Flory, Shelley Kahn, Aaron Murray, and our planner Dave Novak gathered all information for fees around the Morris County to make sure we were on par. And the last time we updated this ordinance was in 2011. So we're on par to cover our costs, but also make it affordable to rebuild, build, and develop in Rockaway Township. 3 other quick notes. Construction work on Queens Road water main replacement will soon begin. Senior Center basement renovations will soon begin. And the county will soon complete their improvements on Green Pond Road. They are slated to do paving at night next week, and then hopefully soon thereafter they'll be out of our township. So thank you for your patience. Any questions on those, please contact the engineer.
Chief?
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to welcome Paula.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I'd also like to thank Mr. Gupta and his group for coming and honoring the men and women of the Rockaway Township Police Department. I'm happy to say this is the third wristband that I received, and once again, it's appreciated, especially in these days where, officers are vilified. It's good to see the members of the community support us and keep us in their prayers. In regard to prayers, with the upcoming Jewish holidays, I've reached out to the synagogues, both the Chabad and White Meadow Temple. I've spoken to the rabbis, and we've gone over some basic safety and security enhancements that we're going to be following through. Is to say we're not going to go into any depth on them, but once again, both the synagogues are appreciative of the efforts that we're taking and the measures we're going to be following up on during the holidays. As already mentioned, school's open, so please drive carefully. Our officers are conducting school patrols during school hours, which are encompassing both the school grounds themselves as well as the bus stops. So once again, you have to pay attention to your speed and also pay attention to those big yellow things called school buses. Do not pass them when the red lights are activated, because several of them have the video cameras, and our traffic bureau is reviewing them and issuing summonses as appropriate. Finally, I'd like to point out that our Challenger PAL Soccer League has started up at Germania Park every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Everyone's welcome to come out and support the Challengers. And also the Challengers are also starting their flag football league. That's Thursday evenings at Morris Hills at Gifford Field. So if you can, come out and cheer on our Challengers. That's the end of my report.
Mr. Dyer.
Paula, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
One thing I just want to add, as you all know, we have our summer camp program. There's about 500 children and about 40 camp counselors. But I want to publicly thank and acknowledge one of our camp counselors. He's one of our senior counselors. He's in college now. His name is Peyton Johnson. And he went above and beyond. There was a situation where he had a bad feeling about something that was happening, went with his gut, and called the police department. Obviously, the police department showed up and took care of what needed to be taken care of. There's a chain of command as far as when children are being picked up and what needs to be done and what doesn't need to be done. And this young man went above and beyond. And I just have a copy of the thank you card from one half is the child, which will obviously in the family will remain nameless. But dear Peyton, my gratitude. This is from the child. Dear Peyton, my gratitude for you is endless. Thank you for calling my mom. You helped me a lot. You're an amazing counselor. On the other half is the mom. Words alone cannot express all the gratitude I have for you, how you handled things on Friday when blank needed your help. I'm beyond grateful and thankful for all you did. You went above and beyond. Thank you for keeping her safe. So again, I just want to publicly thank Peyton Johnson. He's a college student now who knew something was off and called the fine men and women of the Rockaway Town Police Department, and there was something wrong, and it was taken care of. That's all I have.
Okay. Motion to adjourn? All in favor?
Aye.
Yo.